Bill, it was 45, like 50. It was on the, would have been like a 62 or 3.
You were on the other 48, so
somewhere. It's a long ways, I know
Okay.
that. We figured out we can kick field goals. I don't know if we can do anything else, but we're pretty good at kicking field goals. Our scrimmage started slow for our offense. Their tempo wasn't very good, and our best players weren't in the right spot and making plays, and defense really played well early. And then as the scrimmage went on, the offense started to make a few plays, and same guys started showing up. I thought our running backs ran hard, took care of the football. Obviously, Weeden threw the ball well. The key receivers, once we got going, made some plays for us. But I thought Clint Chelf played well. Thought he handled the second team offense very well. And some of those guys made some key catches. And we continue to have guys that start to show up. I thought Ryan Simmons played well as a freshman. I thought Herschel and Desmond, both freshman running backs, made some plays. Andrae May continues to make some plays. I thought Nico made a few plays on defense. And obviously Markelle showed up a few times. So overall we got 125 plays in. It was good work. We were able to get the threes, about 20 or 25 plays, which we wanted to let those guys get some experience. So it was a good day for us. We started with the temperature on the floor here. The turf was at 103, and we ended at about 114. It's kind of what we were looking for. So it was good to get some work in and come back this afternoon and have meetings and watch the tape.
So you're 2 weeks out from the opener. Where does the offense stand today versus a year ago, exactly a year ago today?
Well, I think that we're every bit as far along as we were at this time last year. And again, I think Brandon Weeden is a much more polished quarterback, as you would expect. He's got 14 games or how many games experience and a lot of practice, and he's put a lot of time and effort in it. And it's the same things that I've talked about during camp is Justin Blackman and Jeremy and Levy and Grant Garner and those key players that lead the football team. They're practicing extremely hard. So because of that, they're pretty far along.
Would you talk a little bit about what Alex Elkins has done in the preseason to get himself, basically with the starting units?
We brought Alex in here to certainly play in the first game and eventually fight for a starting spot. And he has a great demeanor and a great attitude. And he and Justin Horton got into a little scuffle there, but they've been going at it for 2 weeks. And so I love the enthusiasm of both of them. Obviously, they have to understand that they can't throw punches in a game, but Alex brings a lot to the table mentally. He's very tough and physical, and you have to have guys on your football team that are willing to do that. And I would guess that as the season progresses that he'll show up on tape a lot more.
There was a possession where Anium and Tracy Moore had a rough possession. And then you kind of give them a do-better speech or talking to on the sideline. Was that just a reminder, we got a game in 2 weeks? Or was it a little more stern than that even?
I think just to focus on what we're doing out here. It was interesting early in the scrimmage, Mike Harrison kind of stole the show and showed what he can do when he's focused. And, Mike's got a lot of ability and continues to mature a little bit as not only a player but a person. And then Isaiah Anderson made some nice plays and showed some explosiveness. We brought him in there for that. But for the most part, what we were trying to accomplish, what I was trying to accomplish during that time with Tracy and Hubert is that they're veteran players and they can't come out here with their motor not revved up and ready to go. And I think they understand that. And the second part of that is I did like that when they did drop a pass in a key situation like that they just came back to the huddle and started again. They didn't drop their head, show poor body language. So it's kind of a two-sided conversation.
Mike, what's it been like? I know Coach Brown in Austin and Coach Stoops, that you guys have all had ESPN around for a while now, holding up shop. Is it like a second job for you? Even though it's great exposure?
It is. You have to get adjusted to them being around. There was a lot of thought that went into whether we thought it was good to give them as much access as we have. We've essentially opened up our camp to them for the documentary that they're going to do on our team and our quarterbacks. And you just have to get adjusted to them being there. And I think that they're here for the right reasons. They're trying to show the positives of Oklahoma State football and our quarterbacks. and there's some trust involved that they're going to have in the 1 hour show things that are all about football and quarterback play, but also could be somewhat positive. And I know they have to play both sides of it, but for the most part, I think they'll do a great job in making it a positive show, which can be really good for us. You know, there's a lot of young men across the country that will watch that show, and if it stimulates any interest of Oklahoma State and playing quarterback at our place, then we certainly want it to happen.
Coach, overall grade, I guess, or how the freshmen did during this entire fall camp?
I think we got a really good freshman class, and I've said that every year, and for the most part I've been accurate. There's a number of guys that are going to make plays, certainly at this time next year, but a few of them this season. You know, if you just start on defense, you know, Ryan Simmons is going to get a chance to make a few plays. You have Josh Stewart. You've got obviously Herschel and Desmond. We always play freshman backs. JW is making a lot of plays. You know, some of us forget he's a freshman because he was here that semester, but he's just a freshman. You got James Castleman that's going to play in the first game. So, and then we have some other guys that may not play, but they've got some talent. And so, I mean, I think it's a really good freshman class.
Has Sharp, is he your kicker? I mean, has he separated?
It looks like it to me. Again, Joe and I usually don't talk about that until middle of next week. But I can't imagine that anybody's going to take that from him. I mean, he's punted well, and obviously you guys saw what he's doing with his field goals. He's been accurate, and he's the best kickoff guy in the country. So I would say now he's the guy.
Do we see Sims or Roland get redshirt, or are they both true freshmen?
As of now, we anticipate playing both those guys. And of course that could change at the end of next week, but right now we're giving them reps, and mentally we want their approach to be that they're going to play in the first game.
Where do you think Mustafa's at as far as redshirt or playing?
Well, he's probably going to redshirt, I think, and again, he's getting some reps, but Castleman's a guy that we're somewhat certain is going to play in the first game, and I think Mustafa right now, we would try to redshirt, but there's been times that we had to play those guys in the third or fourth game of the year, just depending on how much they mature when school starts. Sometimes you have a freshman that gets fatigued a little bit in the preseason camp. Practices are cut back when the season starts, and they start to get their energy level goes up, and they make more plays.
Thanks, Coach.
You got it.